What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. Welcome back to not so surprising news and just expected news at this point, and that's the international break. Like, it wouldn't be an international break without having injuries, and especially to players we definitely cannot miss. And it's Chiesa this time, so we'll go over that mainly. And the latest updates on this potential injury, or not potential, like injury. So yeah, let's get into it. So the news started off with, like, it looked really, really bad at the beginning, and the same source is now coming out saying it's not that bad. So make that, like, I don't even know what to read into it. Only that the way these sources operate are embarrassing. Di Marzio saying Miretti has a physical problem, he will miss the game. Starting lineup, Miretti played 60 minutes. Gazzetta dello Sport, Giovanni Albanese, all these people. It doesn't look good for Chiesa. 3 hours later, oh, you know what? Actually, it isn't that bad. So I don't even know what to believe at this point. Only that these are terrible sources who are terrible at their job, who are jumping the gun to get that scoop, and they're missing the scoop by a few meters at this point. But apparently it's nothing big for Chiesa. But I don't know. I think, would anybody be shocked if it's actually big, if he's actually missing some time? I don't think nobody will be shocked because of his track record, like his injuries last season, the track record of this club especially. You wouldn't be surprised if he's going to miss some time. And that's what we went over all summer. That squad in certain positions is extremely thin. Right wing position is terrible. Like, if Weah is down, you have nobody. You can see McKennie's not a winger. Like, for all the good things he tried to do in possession, he's just not up to it. Like, not to this level of team. Like, absolutely not. Not even close to a certain level, a respectable level as a technical player. On the left-hand side, if Chiesa is out, the drop-off is insane, depending on how we're going to play. Now, Julian is going to make a video on how could we play if Chiesa is out, If Chiesa is out and you stick with a 3-5-2, if Chiesa is out and you stick to the 3-5-2, and then this might sound crazy, in a certain way, it could look better. Because Allegri can come out every single week and say Chiesa is an attacker, and he needs to put that in his mind. He is better as a winger, period. He will always be better as a winger. He should be playing as a winger. So if you pair Vlahovic with Keane, I think that will look better. 2 out-and-out strikers, I believe that. But without Chiesa, who at this moment in time isn't glued to that striker position, he isn't. He loves to drift to the wing. He loves to drift to the left. Everybody can see that. Allegri said, after the Empoli game, he needs to learn to stay close to Vlahovic. That's just his instinct, and that will always be the case. He will have moments in games where he's completely gone, and he's on that left-hand side because that's what he loves to do, and that's what he should play, in my opinion. So in a certain way, it could look better with Keane in 3-5-2, but you're gonna miss every single explosiveness, every single drop of excitement you're going to miss in that team if Chiesa's out, because we rely on his individual brilliance heavily still. 3 games into the season, it's very obvious that if you're going to miss Chiesa for a couple of weeks, that is a big issue. And I'm not even talking about getting goals and getting assists, but just the impact he has on an opponent, drawing 2 players out, making that, constant impact for 90 minutes. That's what I've always said I like about Chiesa. Even if it doesn't come off, he's not one of those guys who's like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it an entire game, and he will have a quiet game. A bit like Anthony and Manu, he goes again, and he goes again, and again, and again, and that's what I like about Chiesa. So if he's out, we have an extremely big issue. Now, I'm not saying he's going to miss time, because according to the latest sources, he's not. He could be back for Lazio, potentially, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's out. And I think we need to prepare ourselves for him missing some time during the season. He will, full season back, like completely playing 90 minutes, he will miss some time. It's just how long can we miss him? You know, for how long can we miss a player like Chiesa? Because if you look in that team, you know, there's nobody like him. You know, nobody who's that direct. You know, nobody who has that much talent, like properly. You can say, oh, you can play. Like, in my opinion, if Chiesa's actually out, and he should be out, like he could be out for potentially, I don't know. I'm just knock on wood. It's not true. He missed 6, 7 games. I think you need to have a plan B where you like we switch it up. It's not a 3-5-2. We move it up and we use Cambiaso and we use Ealing Jr. in their natural position. But then you can flip it and you'd be like, that's not fair. Why shouldn't Chiesa play in his natural position? You know, where he can have a more decisive impact, in my opinion. But Chiesa missing is big time, and that's what I have with the international break. Like, I know comments will come, like somebody in the comments saying, show respect for Italy, talk about Italy, Bonucci's an Italy legend. This is a Juve channel, and it will always remain a Juve channel. I know a lot of people like Italy, but also a lot of people like the England national team, because we have a lot of viewers who are English, you know, or Canada, whatever, all over the world. So I'm not going to make this an Azzurri channel, because I care about the club more than anything in the world. And when the international break comes in, it's bad. You know, it's bad for me because the games are horrible to watch. Like, the intensity, everything, like, it's just, the level is poor. It's just get it through, and then every single 2 years you get a 30 game, 60 games in the summer, then it's over with, basically. But there will become a point where clubs will not do this anymore. And you can say, oh, that's not fair, they love to play for the country. Fine, but the clubs are paying millions and millions and millions and millions of euros for these players. They go to international break, they don't get paid. You know, when I say they don't get paid, it's pennies. Most of the players don't take it. They give it away to a charity, which is good, but that's what you need to know about the international team. They're actually playing for your country, whilst these countries and the FIFA are taking so much money, and the clubs are getting nothing from it. Yes, if a player gets injured, they get a fee, but when you look at that fee compared to what it's costing the club, it's ridiculous, you know. And there will become a point, because I think it was like 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, 5, 6, 4 months, something like that, was an article in the Bloomberg about the FIFA, about the clubs behind the scenes being very angry with the FIFA, because they're not going to pay. Like, they are paying these players, they're feeding them, they're training them, taking care of their medical things, everything. But then comes the FIFA, takes those players away, and the clubs get pennies for it. And it's not fair for the clubs, you know. And you can say, oh, modern football. It is modern football. It is. It's true. That's what it is now. At one point, these clubs will have enough. And they're going to demand a lot more money, or they're just going to do something about that. These national teams are going to have a problem. You even have players like De Bruyne, like big-time players, saying, man, the Nations League and whatever, it's pointless. It's more and more games, and the quality goes down, down, down. It's like the next Euros or the World Cup, and there will be, I don't know, 64 teams. I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's already trash. And for most of the games, it's hard to watch. Now imagine, and I get give everybody an opportunity, but that's not what the players want. You need to also think about the players. More games, the quality goes down. You can see it at the end of the season when you have a full Champions League and Cup season. You're like, holy, you know what, you know, and international break and this and that, and you're like, they're playing in the summer, Nations League, 2 weeks off, preseason again, and the quality goes down and the injury goes up, you know. But this was bound to happen, you know. International break. I'm happy Bremer wasn't got the call up, you know. I feel bad for him. I know he wants to be there, but like, for me personally, I'm like, great. You know, if you get injured with the club, it is what it is. You know, that's on us. Like, that's okay. But international break in training as well, I'm like, oh boy, like, it can get worse. But let's hope he will be back here for the Lazio game, because we're gonna damn well need him. You know, we're gonna need him. But yeah, that's it for today. Like, subscribe as always, hit that bell notification, and I will be back. I'll be back on Sunday. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya. Ciao.